what if your truck could tell you it was running a fever? Or, warn you about black ice on the road miles before you even see it. Imagine a world where these massive freight vehicles, they aren't just powerful, but, well, truly intelligent.
Yeah, it sounds like science fiction, doesn't it?
It really does. But today, that's not fiction at all. It's the cutting-edge reality that's transforming the freight industry right now.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we sift through the sources to bring you the most crucial, sometimes surprising, and often exhilarating insights. Today, we're plunging into the world of smart gadgets. These things are not just upgrading, they're truly revolutionizing freight transport. Our sources, they paint this really compelling picture. These sophisticated tools are making trucks smarter, safer, and stronger. Think less truck and more, I don't know, Iron Man's high-tech suit, but on wheels.
That's a great analogy, actually. Our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear. We want to explore exactly how these ingenious smart gadgets are acting like, well, invisible mechanics keeping trucks healthy, and how they're being these ever-vigilant co-pilots, making sure drivers are safe. And maybe most importantly, why this technological leap is such a massive upgrade for the whole industry, which, ultimately impacts the reliability and cost of almost everything you use and consume. So, yeah, get ready for some eye-opening stuff.
It's an incredibly exciting time for logistics, really.
Yeah.
Historically, the freight industry, it's foundational, right? But it's often been seen as maybe a bit slow to adopt the really bleeding-edge tech.
Right, kind of traditional maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what we're seeing now is this rapid, fundamental shift. These gadgets are moving us away from that reactive fix-it-when-it-breaks mindset towards something profoundly proactive, predictive. It's an operational model change across the board.
Okay, let's really unpack that shift then. Starting with this idea you mentioned of keeping trucks healthy. Our sources suggest we should think about a truck not just as a machine, but almost like a living body.
Like us.
Yeah, exactly. Like us, trucks can get aches and pains, things like, critically low oil pressure, an engine starting to overheat, maybe.
Or those weird noises.
Those subtle, strange noises that signal trouble brewing.
Yeah.
Before these smart gadgets came along, a driver was often just relying on their own intuition or routine checks.
Or worse, waiting for something major to happen.
Right, waiting for a minor issue to just spiral into a significant, costly, and schedule-derailing breakdown.
Precisely. The old way often meant the driver had to be some kind of expert diagnostician on the fly.
Yeah.
Or you just waited for a scheduled service, and by then, a small problem could, metastasized. Now, these smart gadgets, they're basically functioning as these highly advanced, always-on doctors for the vehicle.
Always on, okay.
They're leveraging what we call telematics. That's basically the fusion of telecommunications and informatics to collect and transmit huge amounts of data in real time. This lets them detect issues incredibly early, often before any human would notice.
Wow.
And certainly long before they escalate into something dangerous or, prohibitively expensive.
So it's not just about spotting the problem, it's about instant, smart communication too, right? Because knowing there's an issue doesn't help much if the right person isn't told quickly.
Exactly right. Beyond just simple alerts, these systems create this real-time data ecosystem. They send instant, detailed notifications straight to the driver in the cab.
Like a dashboard warning.
Yeah, maybe a warning about a tire losing pressure, or at the same time to fleet managers back at the ops center.
Okay.
So no more waiting for a daily inspection report or that scheduled pit stop to find a critical issue. Imagine a sensor detects a bearing nearing failure.
Instead of waiting for it to seize up.
Right. An alert gets sent, maintenance gets scheduled proactively at the next convenient stop. Downtime is drastically reduced.
That's a huge shift from reactive repairs to, like you said, truly proactive care. And the intelligence doesn't just stop at identifying a problem, does it? Our sources highlight these systems are constantly tracking the truck's performance. They gather all this intricate data that allows for really accurate, predictive maintenance.
Indeed. It's almost like having a crystal ball for truck health.
Yeah.
They monitor critical components down to the smallest detail. Tire pressure, temperature, brake wear, engine diagnostics, transmission fluid levels, even tiny variations in fuel consumption. By analyzing trends and all that data, they can predict when maintenance will be needed, rather than just reacting if something breaks.
Okay.
This moves the industry firmly into what we call a condition-based maintenance model. It significantly extends asset lifespan and really optimizes fleet uptime.
So what does this actually mean for you listening right now and for the broader economy? Because this isn't just about trucking companies saving money, is it? it directly impacts the reliability and cost of the goods you rely on every single day.
Oh, the impact is profound. It really is far-reaching. Fewer breakdowns mean trucks spend significantly more time on the road actually delivering goods.
And less time stuck in the repair shop.
Exactly. Which translates directly into more reliable supply chains. That means less disruption, more predictable delivery times for everything. Your morning coffee, your online purchases, you name it.
Right.
And economically, this efficiency is transformative.
Right.
Companies save massive amounts on emergency repairs, costly towing, lost revenue from delayed deliveries.
That all adds up.
It certainly does. And those savings can help stabilize shipping costs, which ultimately helps keep consumer prices a bit more predictable for you.
And to give you a really concrete example, our sources often bring up Geotab. This
Mhm.
isn't just a concept, it's a real-life smart gadget, right? Providing comprehensive telematics data.
Yes, Geotab is a prime illustration.
It tracks engine health, monitors fuel use in detail, gives precise GPS. What kind of impact are companies actually seeing when they deploy systems like this?
Well, Geotab, for instance, can identify patterns in driving behavior or engine performance that show inefficiencies.
Okay.
Like a fleet might discover that certain routes always lead to higher fuel consumption because of, say, aggressive driving. Or maybe a particular engine model in their fleet is showing early signs of a specific wear pattern.
Gotcha.
This leads to measurable cuts in fuel costs through things like optimized routing and driver coaching. And critically, it helps prevent those frustrating surprise breakdowns that can just throw an entire delivery schedule off track.
Costing thousands.
Exactly, thousands in lost revenue and recovery. It's all about leveraging data, not just to monitor, but to actively optimize and prevent.
Okay, so from keeping the vehicle healthy, let's shift focus now to the most vital component,
Yeah.
the driver.
hmm Absolutely crucial.
Because even the healthiest truck needs a safe hand at the wheel, right? Driving a massive commercial truck, it isn't just any job.
Mm.
It's a mission, and it's fraught with inherent risks.
Definitely.
We're talking incredibly long hours, unpredictable, sometimes treacherous weather,
Busy roads.
increasingly busy, sometimes hostile roads. So how are these smart gadgets transforming driver safety? How are they stepping in as these incredible, almost invisible co-pilots watching out for drivers mile after mile?
This is where the human element is just paramount. While we make the truck smarter, we absolutely have to empower and protect the drivers who are out there day in, day out.
Right.
These safety technologies are like a multi-layered answer. They provide what really amounts to an extra set of eyes, maybe even extra reflexes, to mitigate those significant risks of operating such large vehicles.
It's about enhancing driver capabilities, not replacing them.
Exactly. That's a key point. Enhancement, not replacement.
So leading the charge here are dash cams, but not just any dash cams. We're talking
Yeah.
advanced systems powered by artificial intelligence. These aren't just passively recording the road ahead. They're sophisticated systems that actually watch the driver. Can you explain a bit more about how that AI works its magic?
Yeah, it's truly impressive stuff. These AI systems are built on machine learning models. They're trained on just vast data sets of driver behavior, everything from normal driving to clear instances of distraction or fatigue.
Okay.
Using computer vision, the AI constantly analyzes facial expressions, eye movements, head position.
So if a driver starts showing signs of sleepiness, like, long blinks or their head nodding.
Or if their attention drifts off the road,
Yeah?
the system can detect this. And then it provides a gentle, real-time reminder, maybe an audible alert or a seat vibration, perhaps a visual cue.
Just a nudge.
Exactly, encouraging them to refocus or
Yeah.
suggesting, hey, maybe it's time for a break. It's preventative intervention, designed to stop a crisis before it even happens.
And these systems, they don't just prevent accidents, they also give crucial impartial evidence if something does happen, right? Showing what really occurred.
Absolutely. That post-incident analysis is invaluable too.
Our sources specifically mention Notto, which is an AI-powered dash cam system detecting distraction, and also Seeing Machines Guardian. That one specifically monitors eye movements and alertness to cut down on fatigue-related crashes. So these aren't just generic tech, they're highly specialized.
They are, and that specificity is what makes them so effective. Notto, for example, is really adept at identifying things like phone usage or eating while driving.
Okay.
Seeing Machines Guardian goes deep into biometric monitoring to understand true fatigue levels. And beyond those, we also have collision avoidance systems.
Right, the ones that can even brake automatically.
Yes. These use a combination of advanced sensors, often radar, LiDAR, camera fusion, constantly scanning the road ahead. If they detect an obstacle or a rapidly approaching vehicle, they don't just warn the driver. Some systems can actually automatically apply the brakes or reduce engine power
Wow.
to help prevent or at least mitigate a crash. This is a monumental leap in active safety. It's like a second layer of defense.
That's definitely a game changer for accident prevention, especially on busy highways. And the safety net extends even further with lane departure warning systems, right?
Mhm.
For a truck that takes up so much of the lane, drifting even slightly seems like it could be catastrophic. How do these keep drivers on track?
Well, these systems use cameras or sensors to monitor the lane markings. If the truck starts to drift unintentionally out of its lane and the turn signal isn't on, the system gives an immediate alert.
Like a beep or a buzz.
Yeah, a beep, maybe a rumble in the seat or a visual warning. This helps prevent those risky side swipes and run-off-road incidents, which are particularly dangerous for large vehicles. It just helps ensure the truck stays precisely where it needs to be.
And we all know about the huge blind spots on big trucks. That's where blind spot detection comes in, I assume. How do these give drivers eyes in the back of their head, so to speak, or, well, all around the vehicle?
It's a critical innovation, really. Radar sensors are typically mounted on the sides of the truck. They constantly monitor those areas that are truly invisible to the driver, even with good mirror adjustment.
Okay.
If a vehicle enters one of these hidden zones, the system instantly triggers an alert, often a light on the side mirror or an audible warning.
Ah, I've seen those lights on cars.
Exactly. It prevents unsafe lane changes, especially on multi-lane highways or when making turns in cities. It's about removing the guesswork and giving concrete, real-time info to the driver.
It sounds incredibly comprehensive. And it's not just about the truck's mechanics or immediate road hazards either. Our sources also mention driver wellness monitors. This sounds like it goes beyond just monitoring driving behavior into the driver's physical state.
Yes, this is an area where the industry is definitely seeing increasing value. These systems can track biometric data, things like heart rate, skin conductance, maybe even subtle changes in body posture.
To figure out fatigue or stress levels?
Exactly, helping to infer fatigue levels or periods of high stress. If the system detects that a driver might be getting exhausted or showing signs of elevated stress, it can gently suggest taking a break, stretching, pulling over for a rest.
Promoting self-care.
Precisely. Promoting a culture of self-care and just recognizing that a healthy, rested driver is always the safest driver.
And just to round out this safety discussion, we also have smart tire sensors. They sound maybe deceptively simple, but I imagine they're critically important.
Oh, they are indeed. These sensors monitor tire pressure and temperature in real time. This is absolutely critical for preventing dangerous tire blowouts.
Which can cause terrible accidents.
Terrible accidents, exactly.
Oh.
And as a bonus, keeping optimal tire pressure also significantly improves fuel efficiency and extends the life of the tires, so it adds to operational savings too.
Win-win.
And then there's eRoad eHubo. That's an electronic logging and fleet tracking system.
Ah, for the logbooks.
Right. It helps ensure drivers stick to the strict, safe driving hours regulations, which helps prevent fatigue-driven accidents. It also aids in efficient route planning and making sure proper pre- and post-trip inspections get done. It's about systemic safety and compliance, really, working hand in hand.
It's so clear that these are far more than just, cool tech toys. This technology is genuinely about saving lives.
No question.
These advancements are making our roads significantly safer. Not just for the truck drivers themselves, but really for every single person who shares the highway with these massive vehicles. It feels like an undeniable win-win.
That's the powerful synergy we're seeing, isn't it? The focus on driver safety directly translates into safer roads for everyone. That leads to fewer accidents, lower insurance costs potentially, and just a more positive public perception of the freight industry as a whole.
Absolutely. And speaking of wins, let's maybe zoom out a bit now, because these smart gadgets, they don't just protect trucks and drivers. They actually have a huge positive impact on business operations and the broader economy, too. They're transforming the very competitive landscape of freight.
This is where the benefits truly cascade across the entire value chain. While the immediate advantages in health and safety are clear, the systemic impact on operational efficiency, profitability, and even market competitiveness is really transformative for the whole industry.
Yeah.
It's not just about reducing incidents. It's about optimizing every single facet of the business.
Exactly. Our sources highlight several crucial business advantages. First, the really obvious one, significant cost savings.
Big savings.
We're talking lower maintenance and repair costs because of that predictive stuff. Drastically fewer accidents, which means fewer legal headaches, lower insurance premiums maybe.
And fuel economy.
And demonstrably better fuel economy,
Yeah.
which not only saves substantial money, but also cuts down the environmental footprint.
And the savings don't stop there. These technologies, they lead to extended lifespans for the trucks themselves. You maximize asset utilization over a longer period.
Right.
And beyond the tangible financial benefits, there's a really powerful human factor here. Happier drivers, less stress, safer work conditions.
That's huge for retention.
Huge. It directly translates into better recruitment and retention in an industry that consistently faces driver shortages. You foster a more stable, experienced workforce.
Makes sense.
And crucially, these systems streamline compliance with increasingly complex safety regulations. They help companies avoid hefty fines, legal problems. The data collected by telematics systems often serves as proof of adherence to mandates like hours of service rules.
So all these factors combined really mean these tools are a genuine game changer, especially in an industry where delivery schedules are incredibly tight, fuel costs are all over the place.
And competition is fierce.
Yeah, competition is fierce. The margin for error just keeps shrinking, doesn't it? And these gadgets provide that critical data-driven edge that can really differentiate a company in the market.
It's fundamentally about building resilience and predictability into a supply chain that, let's face it, touches every single aspect of our lives.
True.
Companies that adopt these technologies early, they gain a significant competitive advantage. It allows them to offer more reliable services, optimize their routes better, maybe even manage dynamic pricing based on real-time data. Ultimately, it leads to greater customer satisfaction and profitability.
So what does this all mean for the future then? Our deep dive into the sources, it reveals a really clear vision. The future of trucking isn't just about being big and strong anymore.
Nope.
It's fundamentally about being smart. It's about equipping our trucks with this finely tuned nervous system that can tell us when they need help, and empowering our drivers with these superpowered helpers that create this unparalleled layer of safety and efficiency.
It truly paints a vivid picture, doesn't it? A connected, intelligent freight ecosystem. These smart gadgets, all working together, they're like a constant, vigilant monitoring team.
Always on.
Always on, ensuring the truck is healthy, the cargo is secure, and most importantly, that the driver, who really is the hero of the highway, gets home safely every single time.
That's the goal.
It's about creating an environment where proactive care and intelligent foresight are just the norm, not the exception.
This smart future really does sound like a win for everyone involved. It means happier, more secure drivers, healthier, more efficient trucks.
Yes, safer roads for all of us.
Significantly safer roads for all of us, leading to deliveries that arrive exactly when they're expected, day in and day out. It's not just a minor tweak. It feels like a profound, industry-wide upgrade that's just redefining what's possible.
The road ahead, therefore, it looks connected, intelligent, and most importantly, far safer. And it kind of encourages us to think, doesn't it? How this deep integration of intelligence in freight transport isn't really an isolated thing.
Right, it reflects a bigger trend. Exactly, a larger trend in our world. What other complex, high-stakes industries might benefit from this kind of constant data-driven vigilance and proactive help, making their operations not just more efficient, but fundamentally safer and more reliable?
That's a powerful thought to ponder. Maybe the next time you see a truck out there on the highway.